welcome back to Barely Filtered. I have Kat and Nat here. I'm sure if you're a mom, or even if you're just like a girl who loves down to earth, really amazing humor. I mean, you guys are just like so funny, and I feel like you're like one of the few people on the internet that are not trying to either like look really sexy all the time, be like the cool one. And I feel like you guys really are unfiltered.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you don't follow Kat and Nat, you should, but I have them here all the way from Toronto, and we have been sitting here talking for a long time already, but we're just going to keep on going. So thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Oh my gosh. So you guys are best friends. Do you have any other friends, or is it just pretty much the two of you?
Oh my gosh, right? That's a great question. Whenever she's like, my friend, I'm like, sorry, who? I was like, what friend? I don't know their names. And then she's like, you know the one. I'm like, nope, I don't. And she's like, you know them. So no, I chirp her sometimes because she goes to the Boston every week, like summer, and like she'll be like, my friends. I'm like, oh, take that down immediately.
Is it your friends on Nantucket or something?
Yeah.
Literally. Everybody has like the friends on Nantucket. Yeah. We don't trust them.
We don't trust. No, I don't delete. I go and delete the story. No, I'm just
oh yeah, because you guys share an account.
Yeah, share everything.
That's interesting. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you share a social media account. Do you guys have personal accounts?
We don't post on them. No, like we had them in the very beginning. They did exist, but we just did it together because like it's kind of like our personal lives and our work life is kind of intertwined.
That's so interesting. It's like you guys are twin, like almost like Siamese or identical twins, but
twin flames.
Twin flames. We share a bank account.
Yeah,
you're kidding. We share credit cards.
No, you do.
Names on each other's credit cards.
Yeah, we were shopping yesterday, and every time we would go to the cash, they're like together, and we're like, yeah, together.
Oh my!
And the husbands don't like have access.
Do your husbands like each other?
Yeah,
they have no choice.
They're both named Mark.
Yeah,
stop it.
Yeah. Is that crazy? It's weird. It's very. I'm going to blow your mind for one more second too. Our grandmothers, we didn't know each other. They used to drink together and play bridge.
Yeah.
They were both widows.
Like pretty young. Like I think they were like, yeah, they were.
I thought you have American family.
Yeah, but this was my dad's side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And and we didn't know. And then when we met, they were like, is that the granddaughter of your grandmother's? Used to be like two peas in a pod.
Wow. So when did you guys meet?
Grade 9.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Ninth grade, as you say. What is it? It's a freshman. We don't have those.
You don't
in
have
Canada
those?
now. Every time it's like, oh, is your kid a sophomore? I'm like, what the heck is a sophomore? Okay, I've got to go through it all.
Because you guys just
9, 10,
grade
11,
9,
12.
grade 10. We're very basic.
Yeah.
Grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12.
And how many grades do they go to?
12.
12. That makes sense. Yeah. That's kind of like us. We just like to make things more complicated.
Yeah, just throw names in there.
I think people are have probably been so jealous of your bond for a long time, right?
Yes.
Do you find that it's been harder to make other friends because you two are so close?
You know, a lot of the friends that we have, like, she has like other best friend, and I have other, best friend, close friends. But those friends are friends actually that we've had for all of our lives as well. So as far as making new friends, we have like friends that we've met that live around us, like neighborhood friends and stuff. But everyone is aware of the situation. Yeah. And even our friends who we've been friends with forever, they're just aware. Know it's different. They're not like, ugh, you two again. It's just like, I feel like they're very much understand us.
Yeah.
Whereas I think in some other situations, it could be hard.
Right.
We haven't really felt that.
And we also work together.
Yeah.
So it's weird when you work together because it's not like we're just always choosing each other.
Right.
It's like we choose each other, but then we are together.
Yeah, we also need
Does
to
that
be
make
together.
sense?
Yeah.
So it's complicated, but not for us.
Right. Okay. Have there been any issues in like working with your best friend?
No. I think because we share our lives without trying to. We started this before influencing even existed. There was no word influencer. There was no word. This did not exist.
Okay.
So
what year was that?
2012.
Okay.
There was no influencers in 2012.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Zero, zilch. There wasn't even Instagram videos.
Yeah.
That's
what we
crazy.
were working on as like moms was Pinterest. So where everything was really, really, perfect. And all the moms that were sort of putting themselves out there were like
YouTube
bloggers.
Yeah.
And we felt
But you guys are not like curated type.
No, and we also don't write. So we couldn't do a blog.
You're like, we don't know how to write.
No, we have 2 books, but there's people who write them, just so you know. Yeah. But it's your content, but we didn't have, everyone wanted us to be, people kept coming and trying to put us in like, you should be like these moms. Or there were these moms, I forget what they were, but they did like hacks and they did like the chocolate bowls over the balloon. So they did like all the crafts and shit. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we would be doing, we'd be like, it would like end and we were like, oh, thank God that was over, for fuck's sakes.
None of our arts and crafts that we were
Because you
supposed to do
didn't
ever
enjoy
worked.
it.
No,
right?
we didn't know how to
and
do it.
it probably felt like work.
We looked PG. They wanted us to be PG, but we were never PG.
Right.
So companies would always hire us to do something for them, like on TV.
Oh.
And then we got like flown to go do one of your shows out here, like the Family and Home. One of them.
The Hallmark owns it.
Really? So you guys have been kind of a big deal for a long time. I feel like I just found you a few years ago.
They look at us and they're like, we are cleaner than Disney. Do you understand?
We know about you guys, but when you're here, don't be like you.
You need to be. And we're like, okay.
Yeah.
And then we were just like, we can't do this.
Yeah.
And then we just started doing our own videos when it came on, like video came to be, and the rest is history.
Okay, so making reels or just making video on YouTube?
We've always made videos, and then we started to live stream. Before live stream became a thing, we got this software out of Germany, and we would live stream out of her living room, and we had babies.
Okay. So it'd be like a pretend room. It'd be like this, but it was in my living room, and we would just have like a little talk show. And we'd bring on guests who were like Canadian celebrities.
Okay.
And then we'd invite bloggers from all over to come and watch, and then they would write about it, and then it would just grow, and then eventually Facebook Live became a new thing, and then we could
And
just
then
go through that.
Instagram and all the
So
things.
essentially you had like a podcast situation.
Yeah, totally.
At that time, if somebody was like, what do you do for a living? Would you have been like, I'm a podcaster? Or
No, I think we
what
were
did we
just like,
say?
no one really knew what we would do because influencing did not have a word. It was like, they were like, you're bloggers, but you don't write. They couldn't put us in a category.
There was no category. It's sort of like when I had been watching your show when your people ask your parents what you guys do.
Right.
So relatable. Like,
And my
even
dad was
now.
like, they say they're influencers, but I don't know who they're influencing. They're not influencing me.
It's a really confusing job to explain to adults who didn't grow up in this world.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. I've had a lot of snarky. I mean, I don't know. I still remember just the comments of people being like, "Oh, what are you doing today? Taking more pictures of yourself?" I'm like,
Yeah.
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
Now you
Actually,
mention it.
it's not a stupid career path, by the way.
Yeah,
It's hard.
Totally. And then because it brings you so much freedom. I mean, have there been days like a lot lately also, because for some reason I'm just in this space where I'm like, I just don't really feel like sharing a whole lot lately.
Yes.
Like I'm just in that mood. And sometimes that can last months. And then sometimes, I don't know, I'll get like, really into sharing.
Yeah.
But lately I haven't felt like sharing much. So it just feels like, I don't know, it feels like the things that I put out there are kind of just like vapid or like it's very obvious this is a payday, or I'm like, I love this today. And people are like, didn't you like that other thing yesterday? I'm like, I did pay for my kid's school, okay?
Exactly. Yeah. The one great thing about having a partner is that if you're not feeling it, or if something's going on, the other one can pick up. But like, it's those days where instead of, let's say, because we do a lot of Insta stories just sharing our lives. If you see like a photo with writing over it, it's because we're not in the mood to be talking,
exactly.
but you still want to show up because you want to be consistent, because that's part of what I think that has made us stay around is the consistency.
Your kids get older and then they start watching you and their friends start watching you. So you have to be really a fine balance of what you're sharing. We don't share our kids online anymore as much. Like we'll do a group. People know kind of who they are, but we try to limit them because people are kind of mean on the internet. It didn't used to be like that. It did not. It used to be such a used to be a community, a real community online. And I really feel like, I don't know where all these people came from, but it is now the worst of the worst, where before it used to be just lovely. Lovely. And
like, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
it was just really sweet.
People lost their etiquette, online. They just think that they're anonymous and it doesn't matter and no one's ever going to know me, so I can just say whatever I want to say.
When you start going after kids and like saying things about kids, you're like, we've lost the plot in life. Like we have just, and I would never want my kids, I don't like the behavior they see. They will go through and try to find comments. And like, can you believe? And I'm like, I know it's funny. It's just, this isn't okay. Because you would get suspended or expelled for saying these things out loud, but adults find it fine to say it and write it.
And by the way, they would never say that to you in person. Like if you're not willing to say it to someone's face, don't write it.
Didn't we learn that when we were like little, and now adults are carrying on? No, they're funny. They'll go on like TikTok and they'll read comments. They'll be like, does that like hurt your feelings? I'm like, first of all, I didn't read it. And also not at all.
Yeah, we don't read comments. We really don't have time to go in and read all the comments. There's too many fucking platforms that you have to go show up in. So it's like, I don't have time to go back and read all the shit that people are writing about us. I wish I did, but I don't. Like, we just don't. Actually, I'm glad I don't.
I know. Yeah. I posted a video recently that went kind of viral that was like my ex-husband, my new boyfriend, and my kids all at the beach. And I thought it was a funny, I thought it was a funny scene only because my ex-husband is 6'5" and my new boyfriend is 5'9". And
I literally commented, I was like, oh, look at this cat. I was like, look how big her husband is. Ex-husband.
Originally the caption was like, this is your sign to take off your height criteria on your dating app. And then my boyfriend was like, that's mean. Can you take that down? I'm like, okay, fine. I'm like, you really can't even hang. But I get it. Like, he's like a private person. He didn't want to be like, because what happened was all these comments of people not commenting so much on the height thing. That was more just visually striking. Commenting on, like, it found this weird corner of the internet of men who really, really, really hate to see another man getting along with somebody who has a hand in, like, raising their kids or something.
Were these men that...
They were men. And then if you dig and like look into who they actually are, if you like look at their profiles and stuff, they're, I think it's men who have been like either left by a woman or they couldn't like, they have regrets about the way they raised their kids. Or, I don't know. My point is that I ended up having to like, because my kids were in it, even though it was just the back of them, I hated to see like all these negative comments. And with these like, I had to just block out certain words. And then I think almost maybe that was when I started being like, I don't feel like sharing my life on the internet anymore.
Right.
Because Zach, my boyfriend too, was like, Aurora, what do you expect? It's like walking into a bar. We were actually in Rhode Island and there's like this like seedy little like dive bar down the street. He's like, this is like walking down into Barnacles and being like, hey guys, what do you think of my life?
Right.
It's true, actually. And then just like, I either can't read the comments or...
I think that would be a good one.
Yeah. But I do think that there is something about putting your life out there for those comments so that people can like have an open discussion about like, is this a good thing or a bad thing that like they're getting along?
I just want you to know that when I saw it and I like obviously didn't read the comments or know any of it, I was like, that's so nice to see that they have a relationship like that and that for you and for the kids. Like immediately I was like, this feels so positive.
I thought so too. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. One of the comments I thought was really funny. It was like, every single person in this photo has been inside of her.
You were like,
you're not wrong, actually. But that was like the nicest of all the comments, literally.
So you can end up on the wrong side. And when you do, you're like, oh God, here we go again.
I know. There's just so much hate in the world. So yeah, I'm... I feel what you guys feel about just like putting yourself out there and being open to, the world commenting on it. But
you
it's
will
nice to have each
evolve
other.
into something where you find a happy medium because when your kids get older, you can't share their struggles, right? Like because behavior is kind of all the same when they're younger. All kids are tantrums. All kids are like terrible people at times. All of them are at every age.
It's generic. It doesn't feel like it as the mom. It feels like your kid's the only one doing it. But in reality, it's
everybody's doing it. And then when they get older, their struggles are personal and hurtful and unique or medical. And it's like not your place to share and you'll know. And it's good you have that because some people don't have that and they share everything. But when it feels bad, you don't have to do it. You don't owe anything. And we share more of our friendship now. And like our life is to women and moms rather than like them.
Yeah. But I do have like on Fridays, it's like a more of a relationship sex topic on our podcast. And teenage boys are ridiculous and stupid.
Yeah.
And so...
Oh, sorry. Men have done it too to my husband in meetings.
Yes. And they're like my son's friend, like let's say they're coming back from hockey. They'll put my Friday podcast specifically, why are you boys listening to my podcast?
You and your husband's like sex life kind of? Yeah.
We had my past experience. Like I'll just say anything because I'm kind of like when I'm talking to Kat in a podcast, I'm not thinking.
You're not thinking of your son and he doesn't want to hear it either.
Because they didn't used to listen.
Yeah.
They would never go through 300. We have so many episodes. I'm like, so you're combing for certain episodes, but I guess now with like ChatGPT, you can go and find any episode you want, right? You can find me at this and then it brings you up the episode. But they I think my husband was in a meeting and he's like, oh, I heard your wife talk about, we were doing confessions, not ours, other people's. Yeah. And one was like, I don't know, it was like anal confessions or something. It was like something like that. Yeah. And I'm like, first of all, it's submissions. Second of all, That guy had to comb through everything to go find that episode
Right.
because we don't just have one so call him a pervert for going through my podcast looking for those episodes to bring to you.
And I said to my son, I'm like, we're talking, like in one of the episodes, we're talking about dry humping before we had sex, and we used to just like roll around with the guys.
Best phase ever, by the way.
Yes, so much fun. Just ride the zipper, and sometimes they come a little on the seeing the jeans and all that, and I'm like, they're laughing at me. That's what they're doing right now, son.
Well, that's probably why they are so interested.
Yeah, they can thank us, you know?
Yeah.
So do you ever get in like tiffs with your husbands about sharing too much?
I mean, we've edited it a lot. We don't talk,
because they've come to you with like,
no,
that's
they just,
annoying.
they get like,
No.
like they just can, they can get like, not snarky, just like a comment because people do like to bring things up that they shouldn't. People say things to you and you're like, shut up. Like you do that too.
Right.
You know, like I know you dry humped. Like let's be honest here. Like, you know, I'm like, you've given a blowjob and if you haven't, poor you.
I'm
You know
not
what
special.
I'm saying?
You're not special. We've all done this before. But also, we don't like, we've been married so long. It's not that much to talk about in our sex lives. Like, I do like to talk about my past luck because that was a lot more exciting. All the other rendezvous.
Yeah. I'm sure your husband's like, go for it.
Yeah,
like, who cares? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They knew
30
they were
years
getting
ago,
it.
I gave a guy a blowjob.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Shocking.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, I'm still finding my footing, I think, with how much I can. I mean, my situation is a little bit different because I have an ex-husband and then I have like a new boyfriend who.
Yes, it is very different.
Yeah. He's not, and he doesn't really want to be like the subject of a whole lot of comments and stuff.
Yes,
so,
understandably. Yeah.
and you should have chose
different.
somebody else because people care. I'm just kidding.
And you don't have to show him, but you can talk about him.
Yeah.
You can
But
make
also
it
that like saying like he knew what he was getting into. Our husbands, when people ask, like, we're the same girls that they married 20 years ago. Like, there's no surprises here.
Right.
We always talk like that. We always act like that.
Yeah.
He knows who you are.
Right. Yeah.
And came for it.
I'm an oversharer by nature, but I get it. Like, but I'm respectful.
Yes.
Although I do find myself just always getting into little problems here and there.
with him.
No, not with him. I mean, a couple things have come up with him that like I've said that somebody brought up to him and was like,
He should let that go because someone's going to bring it up all the time.
Yeah.
Like you just have to be like, they have no
you
life.
can't. Yeah. And honestly, they're going to find something to bring to him.
Always.
They talk to us. They'll like be like, oh, she shouldn't say that about sports. Like we'll make fun of a sport. Like it's that ridiculous. Like men are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Men are, if they knew what women talked about, they would be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like women talk about way
worse.
more shit than
You're
men.
gonna
You think
offend
that was
everybody.
bad? Yeah, well, you should see what we talked about at dinner last night. Like, you know, I'd way rather tell the internet than what we talked
And
about.
also, fuck you. Like, I have an opinion. I don't need. My job is not to make everybody happy. At my sister's baby shower, my grandma, who's 98, and even my cousin wrote me about this too. I had made a comment about the fact that like my grandpa, God rest his soul, like I didn't really know him because he would just like sit on a lazy boy and he had no interest in me. And I personally didn't think he was that great of a grandfather to me. These people they will never speak to me again, pretty much. They're like, he was such a wonderful man. How dare you talk about him on your podcast like that? But I'm like, this is my experience.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
You're allowed feelings, and that was your feeling.
Yeah.
Congratulations, it wasn't yours, but it was mine.
My grandma's literally like, we liked you better before you like had. I don't know what she meant, and she's very old, and so but it's still offensive.
Yes. And also, like, it's so funny, but like people that sometimes pass away, and everybody acts like they were like the hero of the world.
It's like every person who's ever died seems to have been such a wonderful person
ever. She actually knows someone who the man passed away, and at the funeral, people were honest about the fact that he wasn't the greatest guy.
Yeah.
We're still celebrating his life. There was good that he did. He had a family, but he was a dick.
And it was said, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, good.
Wow.
Whoa. Not that your grandpa was a dick, but he wasn't interested in little kids because he was just done. He'd already raised his kids.
Exactly. That I didn't say he wasn't wonderful to other people. It's just not what I experienced.
Yeah.
You know.
That's really funny. You'll find a spot.
Yeah.
Also, you know, when you start like we did younger, like not younger, when we started so much earlier, we evolved with it, and it's not what it was. Like when I tell you this is not what it was, it wasn't like this, which is so sad. It is so. It's so gross. It's not. It was not like that. So you don't have to share everything, and no one knows you owe nothing.
Right.
You can change your mind every day.
Yeah, I tend to do that. So that's good.
You know what? It keeps it more interesting.
Yeah. I agree. But do you guys feel like you have like, what's your mission as a brand?
Oh shit!
You know,
where are you headed in Q4?
Oh my gosh! What's the 5-year plan?
What Q are we right now?
The funny thing is, when we started all of this, we had no intention really to like grow a business. It's that the two of us were the first of all of our friends to have babies. We thought being a mom would be a certain way because the way it had been portrayed to us was so perfect and lovely, and you know,
like pumpkin patches and Christmas tree farms.
And
you're like, oh, it looks so fun.
I was going to be that mom, and it was going to be so enjoyable. And then we realized that it was really overwhelming, really hard. None of our friends could relate because they didn't have kids, so we didn't really find a place where we could just be honest and talk. And so we started like that, and then when we put it out there and other moms were like, you know, it's really refreshing to hear the truth because it's the way I feel, but I feel like I can't say it out loud. And so then we grew the community. That was a lot of the feedback, and it just felt good for us. And it also felt good talking to them, even though they were strangers. We still needed support. And then we grew it, and then we did tours and we wrote books for all these people. So the mission has really, like, no matter what we do, it's never changed, that we want to be able to be honest about the experience, find fun in motherhood and being a woman, and just like it hasn't changed from the start.
Yeah.
Even though the things that we do have changed, our business has changed. It's always about like celebrating friendship, being open-minded to other women, and finding fun because it can be so overwhelming. We like to have fun.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed, you know, even though lots changed.
Yeah.
The same
That's
mission.
so funny. I started the exact same way, but I wish I had a co-pilot.
Go find one.
Yeah. No, I am. I'm taking applications from
Actually,
out there.
What? I think you can go on Hinge for a boyfriend, a husband. I don't know why we don't do this for friends.
There actually is. Isn't there like a Raya friends?
Okay, well, you should start having people on, and people can help you pick a friend.
Oh my gosh.
You can have people are like, have your sister on, but like my sister Sophie, I'm like, she has no kids. She has like she has a dog. She doesn't
start
get it.
interviewing people and get your audience to choose who they like the best. They can set you up.
It doesn't even need to be a mom. I think, but I do feel like I don't know. There's something that people who don't have kids yet don't really understand about just the way that your brain is so scattered, and there's so many things that are just like so heavy that you worry about. Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys feel that too?
I feel like for like 10 years, my brain was constantly rattling. Yeah. But that's how. Well, I was like, okay, you don't have that many years. I don't want you to feel like there's still so many years left of that. But I felt.
Well, I might be starting over, but I do think. What do you think was the worst, like the hardest adjustment? What, like going from 1 to 2, 2 to 3?
For me, 0 to 1.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think 0 to 1.
Oh my gosh, 100. I've got 4. Everything after the first one, like the first one, I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the whole newborn baby phase to the point where you're not worried about them like dying every time they're not in your sight.
Yeah.
That's a really terrible phase because you live in like, you know how everyone's into the nervous system right now? You live like on the edge in fight or flight constantly for years because you're like, where are they? What's in their mouth? Who has it? Oh my God, they're close. And
you're also wired that way. Like our hormones make it so that we walk into a room and we're like, see every possible danger.
You have to worry about them like staying alive while they sleep without sleeping with them.
We
and they're
check if they're breathing, but there should be no reason they're not breathing.
So they're not allowed to sleep with you, but you're afraid they're dying, but they're in another room in some cage and you're like, oh my God, are they alive? And you have to like wake up and be like, are you alive? And there's alarms that go off if they roll off a thing. And I'm like, oh my God.
And everything you do, somebody else is saying that you should be doing it the other way. So you're like, but I only just want to be the best mom I can be.
Right.
But then I hear that and then I feel bad that I'm not doing it like that. And it's just constant.
Then they get a bit older and they're like, sucking gum off the bottom of the like stadium like chair. And you're like, oh, it's not that deep.
My sister has a newborn and she's like, my kids are like, they just have germs all over them because they're 5 and 7 and they come back from school. And she's like, just make sure they wash their hands like before which I get it. I totally get it. It's so funny how that changes because like
you're like sucking their fingers at like 3 and they've just touched everything, including their diaper down their pants. And then you're like, okay, can we wash our hands?
Yeah, I get it. The newborn is more fragile, but
yeah.
But then I heard you guys talking about now that your kids are older, you're tracking them a different way where you're seeing like how fast they're going in a car and how like, you know, where their location and stuff. And immediately in my head, I was like, can you see how like their breathing rate? Like, can you see, you know, because I track my breathing on my Whoop.
Oh my gosh. I was saying like no teen should really be worried about their parent following them on something unless they're doing something really bad. And also it's not like it tracks.
I kind of wish they were.
It doesn't track if you're drinking or doing drugs or having sex. Right. So like,
although if they're in one place for too long, you can probably feel like if the car's stopped somewhere like in a parking lot, you're like, well, I guess we're making out or dry humping or doing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, I just, that whole like being able to track, it's actually, it makes everybody feel for us with our teens who are like, we have a open relationship. We're like, if you want to go do that thing, just don't lie.
Right.
Like, we're really open. I mean,
yeah, we are. But
Kat and I, the way that we met, when we were skipping school, smoking drugs, and we didn't graduate high school. Like you're talking to two moms, like kids. Like,
wait, you guys didn't graduate high school?
We had to do it like alternatively.
I did afterwards. I didn't.
You never got your GED or anything.
But she went to university.
I did go as a mature student. And I got 2 degrees, but
they call it mature student.
Yeah. So I applied.
Does mature just mean old?
You've screwed up long enough, and you're ready to get your shit together.
She was still young when she did it, but it was, and then I did it in like night school and summer school because I found like our high school was so distracting that all I wanted to do was jump out the window and go and smoke a joint and eat a bagel at her house. You know. So when we're talking to our kids, we're like, whoa, like the standards they're so much more conservative than we were.
Yeah.
So like, just tell us we're cool. It's gonna be fine, and it just makes you feel safe for like being able to know where they are.
Better than us.
Oh my god, they need to really get out there.
This does not seem fun.
Are you guys virgins? What the fuck?
Yeah, they're very straight laced.
My kids are 2 rule followers. The younger one, I'm not sure, but like tonight there's a movie night at my son's school. They sold out of tickets, which I like am in a battle with his like entire school district because I'm like, how do you sell out of a community event that's supposed to be open to all kids? And
just show up.
Did he not get a ticket?
He didn't get a ticket, and it's a Lilo and Stitch movie. He goes to school today in a Hawaiian shirt. I'm like, my fucking son is going to this movie
if
night.
he showed up and they're like, sorry, there's no more space.
And I'm like, I mean, we're just going to sneak in. Don't worry. He's like, Mom, we can't sneak in.
Yeah, you can.
One ticket is $25.
Do you pay for the school too?
It's a public school, but like I'll fucking donate to the PTA. But now I'm like enemy number 1 of PTA because the principal wrote me back and she's like, I saw that you wrote the superintendent, the PTA. But she's like, so this is a response to all of those emails.
What, and you still don't get a ticket?
Yes, she still wouldn't budge. And then Zach's like, Aurora, you should have just said you would donate like $2,000 to the PTA. And I'm like, damn
for the movie. He's probably in the last 10 minutes.
I forgot like that you can bribe people.
He's like, can I go
think
home?
of that?
I didn't even
know if we can
go to that movie. He's going to watch it and you're like, you are watching the movie, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. And of course I've been so stressed about it all week because I'm like, okay, fine, we're going to go to Legoland instead.
Do you know what you should do? Have a party at your house and invite everyone over from tonight and be like, I'm actually having a better movie night.
Wait, and we're going to watch a rated R movie.
Yes, and we're going to eat all the treats and all of it. And
I have real Coca-Cola. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not juice boxes. I'm going to give you sugar. Real sugar.
Literally. No, that's what I'm going to do next year if they don't. I think
it bigger one. Just make it better event. That's what we do.
I can't believe that.
I know. I know. So I am turning into a Karen though. Like as I write these emails, I'm just like, they caught me at the wrong time. But when you feel like your child is being excluded, I don't care what these people think of me.
No.
It's like, you just switch modes.
Good for you.
I'm a new Karen. I'm like, how is this happening to me? I'm like, I don't actually give a fuck anymore. You know what I mean?
I know.
And I follow your rules.
Did you just do that?
Yes, I do. And I'll do it again.
I know. Oh, there's a couple other. Yeah, they caught me at the wrong time of the month, but oh my gosh. Well, okay. So you're here. What are you guys doing in LA? Because you're from Toronto. You both live in Toronto.
Yeah, we'll often come here. Like, there's lots of people that we like to podcast with, meet with, but it's
Who
also
else are you podcasting with?
some doctors. It's called the First 7 Years podcast.
Oh, wait, is it not Dr. Amen? Because
No, we almost did his, but I don't want to see my brain.
You don't?
No, I don't want to see it.
I've seen mine.
We were going to do it before this became like a thing, years ago, and then COVID happened and we didn't do it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, do I really want to know what's going on? Like, if you're going to dig, you're going to find something.
Everything you don't want to hear, he's going to tell
exactly.
you.
Exactly. Don't do this. Don't drink this. Don't do this. I'm like, you know what?
I don't want to know that.
I don't want to know that.
No.
I'd rather live in denial.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when we come here, we love to podcast and meet people, but also we find time for us just to
Okay, what are you going to do? What else are you guys going to do?
I want to tell you something that as a mom, it's really hard to, when you step away, you realize that you have a life. And it's really hard to step away because you get in like a rut of being a mom. So like there's mom ruts where you just, and then it feels like almost more work to leave than it does to stay.
Yes.
So it's like you almost have to
continue to practice.
You have to go so you can be like, oh, this is kind of who I am without being a mom, because motherhood sucks you dry in every way capacity. Wait, every way possible. And so you just forget because you do it so much. So it's like when you go away, you're like, oh my God, we have fun, rather than trying to find moments. Because motherhood's like drinking from a fire hose every single day, but you don't know which way you're going to turn. And it's like you go to bed and you're like, what just happened? Every day I go to bed and I'm like, what just happened? Because everything's coming at you so fast.
Yep.
So I feel like when you can't see them, be around them, talk to them, their problems aren't your problems, because when they can talk a lot, everything is a problem and it's your problem, because teenagers like that. So I think just going away, it's like a break. Like work for us is a break. It's like a vacation.
We got a cocktail. We went to dinner. If there's anything you think that we should be doing for fun, let us know. We are going to like movie night at this like kids public school tonight.
We're actually going to protest and do some Instagram stories about how shitty this is, and then we're going to make a viral
this
video.
This is American public schools.
Look what they did to this little boy.
I think it's eating. We love eating.
Okay, yeah, I definitely have recommendations for you
It's like
guys.
finding time, because right now you probably have to be somewhere. You're thinking about picking up your kids at what time and what's for dinner and where you have to go.
We
don't have to do that. Even not thinking about what's for dinner or them asking you is so lovely.
Yes. You guys are making me feel good because I'm leaving on Monday for 10 days. I'm going to Europe. I know I've been feeling so guilty though.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's going to be so good for everybody.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yes.
Yes, but my daughter's also 5, and I feel like I'm emotionally damaging her.
No.
You don't think so?
You know why? See, we realized that when we left, we didn't know because we stayed home for too long, that when we left and the kids understood that other people can take care of them and they're fine if you're not always there, that we would come home and they would be a little bit more independent.
It's capable. You need them to learn to love other people and love them differently. Otherwise, they become narcissists.
Yeah.
So you're actually making your kid not narcissist because you let them realize it's not just you, right? Because we cater to them not on purpose.
And they are the center of our world.
Yes.
So they feel like that's what they are to everybody else.
Yeah.
And then they realize somebody else actually doesn't care whether they've had water in a few hours.
And they'll go get their own water. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's really good people go away, and that would be my one piece of advice.
Just so you know, you're going away for 10 days, not for you. You're going away to better the children.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't raise narcissists.
I'm a martyr.
You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go. It really is the best thing we did.
Yeah, it took us a long time to learn that. That's our advice: is step away, walk away, let other people take care of your kids.
It makes them better people.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I can't wait for the internet to get a hold of that one.
Yeah,
They're going to be
exactly.
They are terrible.
Well, Kat and Nat told me to leave my children.
I want to tell you how
they will be better.
Tell you how crazy the world is. We live, the internet is. We live it. We're with our kids too much, in my opinion.
Yeah,
way too
we
much.
did fuck up.
And we're in the car, and it's a video of us in the car. And the comment is, why aren't you with your kids? I'm like, sorry, as moms, you can't drive. They go to school, loser. Like, sorry, do I homeschool them too now? I'm a bad mom. So I didn't know that we're bad moms because I get in the car without them.
Yeah.
I was, sorry, they're a block away at home. I was losing my mind. I'm like, we have lost the plot.
Yeah. No, I've
in the
gotten
world.
so many comments. Mostly after you've just had a baby, or like the baby is still
and you
pretty
go for
young.
dinner?
You go to or like to like a bachelorette party.
Oh, how
or
dare
whatever,
you.
And they're like, oh my God, like get your priorities straight.
Yeah. You're like, it's called a father.
Yeah, exactly.
They have other people who love them,
Yeah.
just so you know. And oh God, we could go on. I could go on for days about how.
Yeah. And my kids love their dad, and he
Yes.
takes care of them probably better than I do, because they are a lot more independent with him.
Yes,
He doesn't notice some of the needs that probably, like I feel like as moms we can fix too much.
Yeah,
sometimes.
That's exactly right.
It's factual. That's
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
factually
Yeah.
we do that.
Yeah, continue to remind yourself that, because that took us a long time to learn. And when we realized that they can do it their own way and it's not as obsessive, and it's better for the kids.
Yeah.
You are it's going to be life-changing for all of you in a really good way. Have you ever left so long?
I have. Well, yeah, that's the other reason why I feel kind of guilty, because I in June was just away for 10 days.
June. Good. That was months ago.
That was ages. So that was like 5 years ago.
And how were they when they got home?
They were fine.
Yeah.
They were fine.
Yeah.
Inevitably, someone's going to lose a tooth, barf, or like have a major milestone.
But it would
it's
happen
not a
if
big deal.
like your dog barfed last night.
Yeah,
but
my
she
dog
would've-
won't. Same
She would have
dancing.
barfed if you were there or not there.
No, there's usually something that happens, and you're like, oh God, but you let it go.
Yeah.
It's totally fine.
Yeah. Okay. You guys are the best. Thank you. I feel better now. All right, everybody. Where can we find you? And what are your books called? And where can we find your books?
I don't even know the second name one. Do you?
Catherine.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's everywhere. It's CATANDNAT, Cat and Nat. And our books are Mom Truths and Mom Secrets.
Thank you.
Okay.
And then just like everything's linked through Cat and Nat.
Okay. On your website.
Yes. And Cat and Nat Unfiltered and through Instagram. I mean,
Cat and
Do you
Nat.
have a website? Does people have websites anymore? We have one, but I'm like,
It's like not, it doesn't, it's, I don't know, in the dark web or something.
Yeah.
It's shut down for now.
Yeah.
But I am going to bring it back.
we just redid ours because we're like, maybe we should have one that doesn't look
we have
bad.
somebody on Fiverr actually working on it right now.
I find it
Somebody
so
in, like,
weird we have
Pakistan.
websites. I'm like, do people even go to a website anymore except to buy things? I'm like, this is so weird. We have a website. Anyways, we have a website.
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay.
It's coming. It's new. It's coming out like soon.
And also, just a side note for all of the parents that are listening, we also do have a company called The Common Parent that is a more serious.
It's for teens.
It's for teens, and it's about we have a guide that's all about the kids and phones and screens and all of that.
Okay.
Which is really, really important.
Anxiety.
It's never
Doctors
too
have
early
contributed.
to find out like what you need to.
Actually, if they have an iPad, you should definitely get into the
Have you guys interviewed the guy who wrote,
the anxious generation.
yes.
No, the thing is,
We have everything we need at The Common Parent, and it's a really
The
good
problem-
Better
perspective.
than the anxious parent?
I like
the
the
anxious
way
generation.
I like the way we talk about it.
You do.
the problem is our kids have phones.
Yeah.
We're not better than anyone. Our kids,
Right.
our kids have
kids are on
phones.
Snapchat.
And my kids
had-
have iPads.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
they're
So
probably
our-
going to have phones because I'm not going to make them like commit social
Well,
suicide.
also, you also have a split family, so it's not easy. Like everyone's like, just delay it. I'm like, if you're a parent, it's not that easy. So what's the medium to parent them within the guidelines that makes them safer and healthier?
And so you don't feel
than,
guilty.
Rather than you're a terrible parent for them having one. I'm sorry,
Right.
during COVID, our kids had to be on screens and they got in trouble for not being on screens. And now
Right.
we're like, get the screen out. I'm like, this is
That's not a world we want to live in.
we don't want to get mad at them for what we
know.
created. So
Right.
anyways, I have a lot of things around that, but it is definitely, we are average parents doing the best we can, and they have phones. And like, wow, we're probably bad people for saying that. The internet's going to come after us, but they're 16 and 17. Guess what? At 18, they're going to have a phone if they don't learn how to use it and set up healthy habits. It's going to be the same problem. They need to learn. We need to teach them.
Because this is our world. Like we live in a world. We're obsessed with our phones.
Yes,
Let's be
it's a
honest.
problem.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic.
Yeah. So anyways, we're trying to do the work around that, and it's going well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All
There's
right.
solutions to the problems.
Yay. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here today. And then if you want to hear more of us chatting, you can go on their podcast. And what's the name of your podcast?
Cat and Nat Unfiltered.
Cat and
Isn't
Nat
that
Unfiltered,
weird?
which
That
is
we are
like,
so close.
Yeah, I know. It's like the same. Yeah, for a continuation, or I don't know what they're going to ask me. Could be.
I
could
can't
be
wait.
Something different. Okay. Bye.